The mission of UCA is to provide transformational, Christ-centered education by cultivating the mind, engaging the heart, and equipping students for action, all to the glory of God.
Help them impact the world around them, so not only teaching them like academics, but also teaching them about Christ and what it means to be a Christ follower, and then what that means to implement that into the world.
We love that the teachers and the staff are able to love and care for them in a very different way than they would be able to in other schools, and that they all are believers that are can speak to the love of Christ and impart that to them on a daily basis.
I love the Christ-centered education and all the teachers and staff who lead me in Christ, in the way of Christ.
I really love the teachers here and just how they want to support you, and like the community of the students and like kind of the culture there, and also just the opportunities that you get to have, like missions trips and trips abroad.
I'm thankful for UCA because of the teachers that care about us in and out of school, and because of the leadership roles that can affect us in areas outside of school.
One thing that's really special about the community here is the house system that they employ, and it's been really neat to see how you have the older kids, the high schoolers, a lot of juniors and seniors even, that are taking time to build into these little kids through the buddy system, through special days and special events that they put together to really build into the lives of the younger kids. And that's really, really neat to see.
Being a big buddy is really fun because you get to build relationships with younger kids and get to know them better.
I like about buddies that they're just really nice, and I get to spend time with them every week or so.
What's fun about having house buddies is you get to know more people that you probably wouldn't get to know.
I really like my buddies. It's just that like they're so kind to me all the time, and they always comfort me if I'm sad.
I love working here because I love to see the changes that this place and ultimately Christ has on students' lives, and to be a part of that in some way is really something that I don't take for granted.
I have definitely seen my students' lives change a lot just from the beginning of the year and now as we're getting towards the end of the year.
Ultimately, the relationships that they've had here, whether it's friendships or with teachers and now with their parents, that those relationships have deepened, and the relationship with Christ has deepened as well as a result of being in this environment. You know, I never really realized until we had children of our own just how important it would be for students to hear that they have a purpose and a calling on their life daily. And I think that's why UCA should be supported.
I think the thing that most excites me about the future of UCA is just seeing how much our school has grown in just a short period of time. And just, I know it's going to continue to grow more and more each year. And so even just having the opportunity to be at Cedar Valley and like allowing our school to grow even more, being able to pour into the students and their families and allowing them to continue to grow like academically, socially, spiritually, and then like sending them out into the world to be that light for the world that we need.
Yeah, what excites me about the future is being reunited again next year on Cedar Valley's campus. And I'm also really excited about the future of having a campus, a presence in Lakeville, to be able to see God's kingdom continue to grow and provide a meaningful and valuable alternative to public education south of the river.
God has a plan for UCA, and we've seen that throughout the years of His hand being in everything and opening doors for us and closing doors for us. And so we know that God is going to continue to move and continue to keep His hand on UCA.
You know, we think that UCA really is this mission outpost in today's culture, and the teachers and the staff are missionaries. So for us, it makes sense to put our resources and time here. In our season of life, this is our mission field, and it's not just our kids, but our friends' kids. It's our Christian community, and this is where we feel strongly about investing in.
In this culture that creates so much confusion and distortion of the truth and division and creating so much instability. You know, I think parents and people should continue to support UCA because we're pointing people towards the truth. We're providing clarity. We're providing unity and a sense of stability. I think the biggest issue right now is identity. And where are you finding your identity? And there are so many people in the culture that I think are trying to find their identity in something other than Christ. And I think as a result, they don't know who they are because they don't know whose they are. And at UCA, we can tell students who they are because we know whose they are. We know who they belong to. And they belong to Christ. And so here at UCA, we're pointing people in the direction of Christ to encourage students to build their identity on Him because He's the only one that can satisfy their heart's deepest longings.